Come on, man. Stop looking at filth.
Welcome to Steve's office.
Let's at least pretend we're going to do some content for the next 45. Don't!
About it.
F and Jeff, thank you. And look, I'm on the thing already. And people are here. John's in the chat. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Give it a few seconds before you say what we all know you're going to say.
What does he want?
What are you even doing? What is it? Oh, mate.
All right.
We get it. You like exercise.
What was he writing there?
It's just exercise stuff. It's just honestly.
It's
become everything me and you used to take the mick out of on this show.
Moving things around. I need to do more swimming, Joe.
Honestly, you've changed, you Steve.
It's like
you know what I mean?
A 6-year-old girl's coming from primary school.
I
need to do more swimming.
No, that's like
everyone at the school's better than me. And I've got to wear my arm
Can I just go more
Are you a
swimming?
good swimmer?
No, I swim like someone having an epileptic fit.
Oh dear, you're not. Well, you like swimming.
I can go through the gears. We can go from the nice slow to the absolutely turbo, and I do not go any faster.
But just more water everywhere else.
More splashing, yeah.
Are you good at swimming?
Yeah, I mean.
No. Are you bad at swimming?
I'm all right. I can do that one. Is it breaststroke? Yeah, I'm all right.
You do it out of the water in the changing room.
Yeah, but
how is Kev?
Wait for the cleaner to come in.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm competent. When we went to the seaside, I swam to a buoy and back.
Really? What's his name?
That's quite.
He was a Dutch boy.
That was quite a little Dutch boy. He was off the coast of Anglesey. No, so it's like quite
That's
far.
quite far. The buoys.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What are buoys for?
And it's just markers.
For what?
It's like a traffic cone in the water.
To tell
a traffic cone in the water.
More shallower.
Just don't.
Just stay away. You don't know because traffic cones are like some people put one outside their house.
Got
like, don't park at my house. Something like on motorways.
I reckon it's a sort of low budget lighthouse.
Yeah, it's like a traffic cone.
Used for marking locations, providing navigational information, or supporting scientific instruments.
So loads of different things.
So traffic cone.
Well, no.
No, because traffic cones do all sorts of stuff.
But traffic cones don't notify scientific instruments.
Prove it.
What can I hear over there?
What's that noise?
I can hear someone screaming. I actually think he's editing Transfer Review, and I can hear you.
Have you got your headphones on?
Yeah. That's how loud Steve's screaming. So if you've been missing Transfer Review, it's coming tomorrow morning, and it's loud.
Is it very
so
loud?
Steve's lost his head.
Very loud. There's lots to shout about, isn't there?
I'm on 40 volume.
He's on 40 volume.
I'm trying to think. What did I shout about?
Filming on Friday.
Yeah, I got that. Well, I think I remembered now. It's journalists.
Oh God, here we go.
Well,
what's wrong with him?
We asked for there to be no leaks, right? Yeah. Sick of the leaks last year. Now there's no leaks, and we got nothing to talk about. So I've seen my ass.
I could do with some leaks. You want a few leaks?
Yeah, well, I was like, give me something to bat away.
You don't want a Welshman's dinner like we had last year. But you don't want nothing.
Yeah, he's got one
a Van Dijk or a Rodri or something so I can laugh at it.
That's it. There's not been that kind of turbo nonsense, as you would say.
Like, as if we've not been linked with Neymar. Because he's like, and Ronaldo, when he was out of contract at Al Nassr, not a single person said he might come back to United.
As even the Bruno Fernandes one, right? It was like absolute bollocks until that half an hour when it was, I think he's actually gone, you know?
Yeah.
So then it's complete bollocks again, to back to being he's probably gone, you know, and we're just pretty much spending the money to it's like complete bollocks again, all in the space of about 27 minutes.
And then he's staying now. Is that made of cotton or is that made of nylon?
Metal and
your T-shirt. What is that T-shirt?
Who is it?
Flamengo.
Ah, right, okay. I wondered who it was. I couldn't work it out, but I didn't want to ask you, but it's too late now, so we may as well do it. Have you got any? Do you wear any football shirts that aren't United?
I don't really wear any.
Because we had a big uproar, didn't we, early on in the week?
None of them were sponsored by Carhartt, are they? So there's.
Nah, he's done you there.
Puts on the back.
That'd be good if they were.
Would you wear them then?
Yeah,
if there was a City shirt sponsored by Carhartt,
like super heavy, no need for it to be this heavy denim.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a 1970s shirt
made by Carhartt, I'd wear that.
Do you know what? Google it.
Did you have as a kid? Did you ever have a foreign shirt? A shirt from other than United.
I actually don't know.
A foreign club shirt, I meant. Because you weren't going to wear like Arsenal or something, were you?
No.
I had a PSV one.
Do you know what I had that wasn't United and it wasn't a foreign team?
Go on.
But they were a championship team at the time. A pair of Sheffield United. Was it Chris Morgan, their captain?
Right.
His actual shorts from a game that I used to wear occasionally.
If I get this right,
man, I got them for free.
The first team to beat United in the Premier League. Yeah. You went and got their shorts and wore them.
Well, not in that order.
Absolute turncoat. Right,
wasn't
you
it?
saw them beat United and thought, "Oh, I'll
How
support
old was
Sheffield."
that? What year was that?
1992.
Oh yeah, I saw them from within my dad's.
Yeah, you saw Brian Dean get that winner.
I'm pretty sure that's
in
what's
it,
good,
and you
isn't
thought, "Oh, I'll support them for a bit," and then United got
right by
good,
the
and you
tip.
thought, "Actually,
Like paratroopers.
actually,
Waiting for the green
one
light.
day a thing called YouTube will be invented, so I want to work on it as a United fan, so I'll
Yeah.
support United now." Is that what you did?
Yeah, it was
That's what
that.
me and Steve did in the 80s, to be fair.
Yeah.
We're not even interested in
had
football.
any-
We just saw it coming, didn't we? We just thought in 40 years' time, there'll be a
Or like
thing called the
YouTube
internet.
Lamborghini money.
Yeah. There'll be the internet. You'll be able to talk through the phone on a screen, and we'll make money out of it. So let's just pretend we're United fans and that.
I had
Dad
a
went
couple
along
of
with
England
it.
shirts.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
I'm more sickened now.
Have
Yeah,
you heard
no.
of the little thing called David Beckham effigies?
Yeah.
And you was happy to wear an
got a
England
what-
shirt.
Happy to wear it. He put the thing up.
Was that you near that
my
lamppost
effigy.
near Upton Park?
Again,
You're
yeah,
absolutely
I was
disgraced.
5.
Can't believe you're on this channel.
I came up with
Disgusted.
it.
It's bad enough you
Did
weren't
you?
supporting United before you were born. What? Have an England shirt?
No, I have a non-United shirt.
Yes.
Or non-United apparel.
I had the PSV one and I had an Aberdeen one. Bizarrely, just randomly.
On purpose?
Not on purpose. Like just, I think my dad got it from Card Boot or something.
Yeah.
When I was like 7.
Oh,
This is like and I can't. I had something else. Oh, I had a Brazil shirt. I had
Oh, that's
I
cool.
liked that. It was like
Yellow
a
one, blue one.
the yellow one. And
There
I
was a
also
green one for a bit, wasn't there?
yeah, I also had a Cameroon shirt, but I was about 12 by then.
What kind? Which one was it?
It was. In fact, I might have been a bit older. It was one with the yellow star on it, but it was like imprinted. The thing lion was imprinted on it. It was
that's-
sick.
that
I used to
sounds
love
good, that.
Cameroon though,
Why?
because
Miller.
yeah, I was actually gutted when England
99
beat
World
them
Cup.
in 1990. I was like, oh,
Who did he play for?
Cameroon.
Yeah.
obviously,
But when
otherwise
he
the
wasn't
story would have been
playing-
rubbish.
No one.
Cameroon.
He
No
literally appeared for 4 weeks once
Yeah.
in 1990.
Oh, is that
and he
it?
disappeared,
Proper.
yeah.
It was that guy for Wales that didn't have a club who scored the best Cruyff turn ever. You probably. Thank
Robson
you.
Carr.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know he didn't have a club.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. Yeah, Roger Miller was like 57 years old, didn't have a club, but just smashed it at the World Cup, mate. Absolutely smashed. But Cameroon raised because the opening game they beat Argentina, who were the World Cup holders, and we spoke about this on Transfers Live. That lad we've just bought, Baik, it was his uncle that scored the goal. Do you remember?
Kind of bike.
Yeah, is that his name?
Something like that.
Yeah, do you know the young striker?
Yeah.
So there you go. You say. What about you? Who did you have? You had a load,
You
didn't you?
must have had some.
No.
Met my dad.
Nothing on United.
You were too busy wearing like Eric Cantona's shirt and throwing it away, whatever it was you got up to.
My mum's on a black number on it.
That might be one of my favourite stories ever. That. Do you know what I mean? You've actually got one of the most iconic shirts ever, and you're just gonna look. You don't know, do you? What you're gonna sew on a black number onto it.
Ruined it.
I remember-
Yeah, you always do that though. When you're younger, you don't know it. You don't know what you're getting right or wrong. Like I look back at all the old Pokemon cards I used to have as a kid. Never put any of them in a protective sleeve. Some of the ones I had now
You
then
are crazy.
were worth £200,000 and stuff now.
Shut
Like
up!
the original Charizards and stuff. I had them. First generation shiny Charizard. I was like, look at this. Put it in my Lego and stuff. So it'd be worth nothing even if I found it. But some of them are worth like minimum thousands. Some of them hundreds of thousands.
Pokemon
I had
cards.
them. Yeah, but
How
they have
old-
to
when
be
was
like
this?
out
When
of the
was
packet
Pokemon?
like
Was
that,
that to-
straight into a safe.
I don't get
You're
it.
too old for it. It's 90s. It's a 90s piece.
But I
So
was-
it's nostalgia for people my age. Who
Which
when-
part of the 90s though?
Mid 90s.
Oh yeah, I was
So when
probably drinking
people
by that time.
my age started, like, do you know when you're about in your mid 20s when if like you can start making your own money and getting a bit wealthy if you're going to be, not that I have, but like, do you know what I mean? So everyone who was my age who liked Pokemon as a kid, about 6 or 7 years ago when they first started being able to make their own money, they unwisely spent it all on Pokemon cards, and then now some of the originals are worth fucking loads.
There's loads
What
like
about
that.
Beanie
though,
Babies? Are they worth millions?
Never did it. They never went. Everyone thought we're collecting these because they never got worth anything. Any of them.
Is that because people were told to collect them
Yeah.
and they just got...
That was almost like borderline Ponzi scheme Beanie Babies.
What's
It was
a
basically
Beanie Baby?
lie. It's a little teddy that was made out of beans, and there's
Beans?
loads of different ones. So imagine the Mister
Yeah.
Man. So
Well,
like there's all
you have to be
different
careful
ones.
with the tomato sauce.
That
Yeah.
sounds minging.
So
Right,
like,
go
do you
on.
know the Mister Man?
Yeah,
they're
like
all
Mr.
different, but
Tickle
they
and
all
all
sort
that.
of look the same.
Yeah,
Imagine that, but it's like little toy animals
made out of beans.
with beans inside, like
Right.
a beanbag, but it's in the shape of a cat or a pig or
Yeah.
whatever. And they were all meant to be like, this one's got the golden tag on it, and this one's going to be... And they used to buy catalogues, and it said how much they're worth now in 1997.
Yeah.
And they just pretended
the
this would be
expected
worth
value of in
2030,
2020,
it'd be like
them. Do you just remember them? They're like bears.
Beanie Babies.
But they had all different ones. And it was like value in 2015, 100 grand.
Shut up.
70 grand. Like they were predicting they'd be worth thousands.
But that's because they invented it.
Yeah.
To do that.
They literally invented
So
the
they
whole
knew.
thing.
Thank you. They saw what they were. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, basically.
It's like
so they pretended.
They
it was
jumped
an
on the
investment
Star
thing.
Wars toy bandwagon from the 70s because they were all going for madness, and it was like, let's just create a toy that's gonna and let's tell
Designed.
everyone it's worth.
Was that true with the meerkats thing, or is that nonsense?
I'm sorry, what?
The meerkats.
What
You know,
about
compare the
the
meerkat?
meerkat thing.
What?
Are they worth lots of money, like the
What do
full
you mean, are
collection? Because you get the toys,
What, like
don't you?
Igor and Grigor?
Yeah, you get like the toys, the compare the market meerkat toys.
That's
Go on.
him, isn't it?
Very Yoda. Yeah.
That's quite good, actually. Painting his nails.
This is where we have Steve Single. Thank you.
Steve liked that a little bit.
That's when
Steve
always
didn't hate
cut
that.
to Steve
Steve
Single
didn't hate that as much
in
as
this
you.
scenario. Do you know what
I
mean?
agree that it was Yoda though.
Right, it
Way
was
more
Yoda.
Not a bad Yoda,
Igor
though.
and Grigor.
Yeah, because there was rumours that if you had the full set, they were worth big dog.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
So
I don't think
remember
that
like
happened
somebody
either.
swear it was like, I just need this meerkat thing and I'll have all of them. I was like, all right.
That's weird, isn't it? But it's basically what thingy was on a smaller scale. What are those drawings? NFTs? NFTs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were. They're basically Beanie Babies or whatever. Like we're pretending we're creating an artificial scarcity in a market around this thing for the sole purpose of it being worth something.
And increasing in value.
Yeah, but that
Them NFTs was
Because
shit.
nostalgia has to be genuine.
yeah, exactly. Other than
The
like,
reason why the Star Wars toys that were made in the 70s that hadn't been fucked with, that were still in their original box, were going for mad money in the 90s or whenever it was that they were going for mad money is because they were the original toys that you remember playing with as a kid.
Yeah.
Not because you fucking bought them with the intention of stock marketing them.
He was
30 years time.
he was going to do that. I had all them Star Wars toys and I lost loads of them and give them away and just, whatever.
still come with your arse.
Obviously. Just the ones I kept.
Still in there.
Well, I've got the Millennium Falcon. I'll just leave it in the box on this Christmas day.
But that's what
And
like
maybe
some
when I'm
people did.
50, I can sell it for 100 grand.
But that is why they're worth so much, because someone's grandma would buy them the Millennium Falcon, put it
And
in a
then
cupboard,
pass
forget
away.
she put it in there
Or
or die,
die.
and then 20 years later they're cleaning out a house and oh my
And
god,
you
it's
go,
never been open. That should be worth something.
Yeah.
But not,
Right.
we've drawn a chimpanzee with a gold chain and
That was horrible. Did you ever, it was it?
John Terry.
Yeah,
No,
he
that-
blocked me for that.
That
Finally,
video
it took him long enough.
of Paris Hilton speaking
Like,
to
blocked
Jimmy
me for
Fallon
slagging him off about that.
is the worst thing of all time.
Whether
Have
it's
you seen
comparing, it's what are you raising your hand
Because
about?
they what they called something apes.
John
aren't
Terry.
they?
Oh no, what was he saying?
So Paris Hilton and Jimmy Fallon are on the Jimmy Fallon
I
show,
can't stand Jimmy Fallon.
and they're both talking about their bored ape that they've bought, and they've bought them for like $100,000. They're really, really expensive.
Because that's
and
the
just getting-
craziest
it's like,
shit they get up to.
Yours is so cool. Mine's got an earring, and she's like, oh, mine's got a.
She
you know,
looks
an
bored
eye
though as
patch.
well.
It's the most fake bored, like pumping up the price of their own little fucking ornament thing you've ever seen in your life. It's probably the worst that TV's ever been.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
And they're all
on
worth
telly.
about 3p now.
Yeah, yeah. Because John Terry was doing it, wasn't he? And I commented on that on his Twitter and he blocked me.
Because he did
And
the
made
same thing, didn't he?
Pointing out that he shouldn't be posting pictures of anything. The
Yeah.
racist knobhead.
Well, they were all because Bored Ape was like the big one,
Yeah,
and he thought, oh, that's cool. I'll do football players as monkeys,
yeah.
and obviously, that
I
is
was
not quite the
saying-
same, is it?
But yeah,
When it's just an abstract cartoon, and then the other one is drawing human beings like that.
yeah.
There's a line that gets crossed there, isn't there? Especially if you've got the history that John Terry.
The
has.
history of
Is that what
being
you
a massive
pointed out
racist.
to him?
Yeah.
And he blocked you.
Yeah, I might have pointed out a few things to him over the course of it because he pops up on Twitter, didn't he? And I thought, oh hello, this is new. So I was like he did with Piers Morgan for a bit. I thought, every now and again I'll tweet him, nothing offensive.
Oh, man was.
Well, yeah, I say nothing offensive, but it might have been. And then he blocked me. Rob Clark says I sold my Ghostbusters Firehouse and Eco One for £150 last year.
See?
They had been played with plenty.
Yeah.
Because it's like that. Do you ever? No, I'm not saying this in front of him because he's gonna shout at me. But it's actually all right. Have you ever watched the Antiques Roadshow? See, I know a lot, and this is where I lose the room. Yeah, it's all right. It's the only thing for real, and Bruce is in that she's not fucking done do me head in. But people have started going with things now that I think are modern.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, hang on a minute.
That's just a PS5.
This is a fucking DVD player. What's
Yeah.
like, and it's like, oh yeah, and they're getting like big dough for
Yeah,
it.
but if I gave you a DVD now and said play that, Could you?
Well, that's a good one. I just
No.
could, but only because my Xbox has still got a disc.
Oh
tray in it.
yeah,
My
I think,
PC
I think
doesn't. My laptop
might
doesn't.
be able to. Something in one of my kids'
Even my phone doesn't
boxes
these
of
days.
tricks. Neeraj Nambudri says Jimmy Fallon or James Corden, who's worse?
Probably Corden.
Do you think? I think
Yeah.
I think Fallon's worse.
Do you?
Yeah, all the ruffling Trump's hair and the NFC stuff, and but I don't mind if you're gonna do that, right? You're gonna ruffle Trump's hair, fine, do it. But then don't act like you were conned into doing it and start crying about it and all that. It's just like, just shut up.
Is that what we did?
And also the whole James Corden thing. Yeah, he's not funny. He's a bit of a knob and all that, but it's getting boring now. It's like constant, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
it's a bit
Like,
easy,
who watches him anyway?
Ain't got
You're
shit
moaning
about
about someone you never watched. I don't watch him. I saw some carpool karaoke thing where it was him and Ed Sheeran. I thought, I couldn't think of anything worse. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's moaning about it. For why are you watching it then? It looks terrible. Why watch
You
it?
don't have to watch it.
Yeah. Everyone's like, this is horrible. This is the worst. Well, don't fucking watch it then. What did you think it was going
Don't
to
you
be?
hate watch like half of reality TV?
No. You're right. Do you know what? I watch some reality TV now and again. I watched the series of Love Island and we had the winner on it. And you chastised me for having him on a podcast. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because the only reason I like Kai, I think he's sound people.
He is. That's what I tried to explain. But to be fair, during the podcast, you got on very well with him once you realised he wasn't like you thought he was. He's just a bloke from Sale who went on Love Island and actually met who he's now engaged to and won it because he's quite normal. He's a school teacher, not a wannabe influencer. But no,
who'd do
now
that?
and what?
Huh?
Wannabe influencing? Yeah. Could you do that?
No. I don't know. No, I don't like it.
Could you flog a bit of
I
charcoal
don't
toothpaste
I
and
think
someone
it's just
threw
it's only a
50
step
grand
away
at you?
from like a sort of cult
Mate,
leader.
you're mad.
I can't be bothered with
I'd
it.
fucking well be an influencer.
No.
Someone said just advertise
Well,
his
do it
bod-
then.
No.
You got a decent start.
No.
You got a decent run
I'm
up.
quite.
at it.
I haven't got that many. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Not
but as
like
in
him.
like
He's big in
you've
the
got-
game.
You got a bit of a following. You could do a bit more on here. That's like sort of selling your soul to the devil type
I
stuff.
know, but, do you know what I mean? No one wants a 45-year-old recovering alcoholic to flog their wares.
No, you know, there's everyone's got a niche.
Do you reckon?
Fetish.
You're a bit selective, though, aren't you?
No, I'm very selective.
Yeah, I know. You tell me some of the things you've said no to, and the money's involved, and I'm like, send them my way, Steve. I haven't got the scruples you've got, bro. got a few mouths to feed.
I'm 9 no's to a yes.
I know you are. You told me, and I've been like,
Do you know what?
I don't know, bro. I don't
Deji's
know.
got the hardest job in the world.
I know.
Deji goes like to loads of meetings, gets loads of fingers. He basically like he doesn't even tell me anymore until it's like at contract sign stage, and I go, no.
I know. I remember when someone asked me, and I was stood next to you in your office, and it was like, "I'll do this," and you were like, "And get him to put another 0 on there," and then you still was like, "No."
So when you say you don't, when we're not on certain shows,
Yeah, there's a reason for that. But fuck it, we've got our own
moving
channel. We
pints up and down a table.
exactly. We
Don't
do.
agree with that.
We do our own thing. Get involved, channel comment. Where's this thing about Glastonbury? I can't find it.
What?
The,
I messaged you as well.
oh, thank you. Yeah, no, there was. We've got a little quizzy.
Are you guys coming to New York for the game or just around Jersey?
No, the opposite.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out in New Jersey, which is fuck all going on.
I don't know if we just. saw
What
the
are we
bad
doing? We
part
did
of
this the
New
other day,
Jersey.
right? We got a comedy club. Who
Yeah, I wanna
said
go to
you're
comedy
on
club.
it?
Yeah, go to
You're on
comedy
it.
cellar.
You'll miss the
I
comedy.
listen, audience, sort it out. What do I need to do in Chicago? What do I need to
We're
do
not
in
them
New
Foskers.
York? What do I need to do in Atlanta?
John Shin was in here. He can give us a little tour. Also, is there anyone that John Shin hasn't met this week? The fuck he's going?
I
It's
don't
worse
know-
than
I
you
don't
when
know
you went to the
where
World
does John
Cup.
Shin live that just everyone you've
Yeah.
ever heard of just happens to be walking
I want
by?
mine
New York
right.
City.
Yeah, he was angling around with like Ever and all them lot, and then Luke Littler pops up.
Yeah, where did that
Why,
happen?
why is he over in your
John
town?
Shin and Luke Littler ever in the same room as each
Do you know
other.
what I mean?
That doesn't make
It's like-
sense.
It's well, there he's in the chat. Steve's just come over. Yeah, well, we are doing. We're over there for the tour, but
We'll be there.
you need to get, if you can fit us into your busy schedule, hobnobbing it with all the A-listers, you can show us around the city.
Well, me and Ronnie did a bit of a mooch around last year, not 2 years ago. Went and had a look at the Statue of Liberty and that.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Lady Liberty.
Like,
Yeah.
Did you fall under a spell, would you say?
I don't even
I
think
don't
I've seen
mind.
about the Statue
New York's
of
quite a
You're not-
European city as far as American cities go, because it's walkable.
I
A bit
love New
more
York.
so, yeah.
It was really good.
But
I love New York. Going
Yeah,
for,
it's
went for a
great.
little bit of a mooch. But I preferred New York to LA and that. I mean, they were both very good, but neither of them as good
do
as
I
that.
fancy going to the range in Atlanta, seeing as though they aren't ready available in the UK? Depends.
I go to the range all the time. It's TK Maxx, the range, then Home Bargains. And we try and do all three, and then we hit Tim Hortons for a coffee on the way home.
Yeah, I love all that.
There's
That's
loads of
really
range.
good.
Should we go do some shooting in Atlanta?
No, you know my thoughts on going shooting with you.
Can we do it on separate days?
I'm not doing it.
Shitbag.
But it's scary, though, isn't it?
I want to go to Tarrant Tactical. Have you seen that? That's where that Keanu Reeves did all his John Wick shit.
Oh, that is good. I've seen the footage of him
Like
doing
multiple
that. He's
sort
actually
of
really good,
targets
isn't
to
he?
engage. Yeah.
In many respects, going to a shooting range with Steve would be the best person to go with, because I've seen you when you did that thing with Joel Bayer where he was handling a gun like it was a bazooka, and you didn't
We
mock
put it on
him.
his shoulder.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like he's had a meltdown. But what I respect is you didn't laugh at him. You were like, come here, son. Like, this is
Because
how
it's the
it's
sort
done.
of thing, though, that if you laugh, they think it's funny.
Yeah, and Steve
in
was
half
like-
a second, that goes from laughing to someone's been dead.
Yeah, and you were like,
You've got to be quite serious.
Yeah, and you were
that's what I
like,
mean.
I like the way you handled it, because you didn't like take the piss out of him. You were like, come here. And I thought, oh yeah, that was good. But I
They
still...
can kill you, can't they?
Guns.
If handled incorrectly. Or correctly.
All correctly.
Yeah.
Didn't like the guy who's from American Sniper get shot
Yeah.
by like on the range with his mate, or not his mate,
No,
like.
it was a veteran who was off his nut.
Yeah, that's mad, that, innit? Like,
Glad I
Going-
don't know any of them.
you know.
That'd be really scary, wouldn't it? I'm glad I never get offered to go to a gun range with anyone like that.
This is why, like,
Yeah, the Tarrant Tactical one looks really good.
No, it does look
Supposedly, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I'll repeat it. Keanu Reeves came up with that emptying out the magazine on the pistol thing, and it's like people in gun competitions have adopted it.
well,
So
you've lost
I
me,
haven't
sorry.
seen John Wick, so I'm not sure.
How
but
have
I've
you not
that.
seen John Wick? That sounds right up your
Basically-
street.
He's like doing this flick of the wrist like that to get rid
slide
of the
it
pistol
out.
magazines and then banging a new one. And people have gone, that's actually pretty good. Let me just start doing it in...
So he invented that.
I don't know if he invented it or if he's the one that's popularised it, but yeah, so he's in John Wick, like doing mag changes by the catches with your thumb on the most
little
pistols.
button.
So he's hitting it and going, and then banging a new one in and cracking on. And it looks cool, and people have gone, it's actually pretty quick.
What would be a traditional way of doing that?
Taking it out, putting it in your pocket.
You
putting
pull
in
it
your
out
bin.
with your hand.
Have you tried to recreate the Keanu Reeves John Wick one?
No. When was the last time I shot a pistol? No,
I thought you were going to say it first and then.
No, but I believe people are doing it.
I just shot someone. It's been a
People
while.
are doing it with rifles and everything. That'd be a bit harder.
Yeah. Because it weighs
Two-handed job.
10 times more or whatever.
I don't know. I think I've got to a stage in my life now where I've never shot a gun and I'm all right with that.
What? Honestly, it's
I know.
it's
I
very
understand.
fun.
And
It's
like,
very fun.
when we went to Budapest, all my mates wanted to go and shoot guns and that, and I just weren't asked. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that bothered. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
So listen, if you lot go and do what
Would
you
you
got
shoot
to
a
do.
bow and arrow?
What, like archery?
Do you know what, I saw a
That's
geezer-
worse.
Call it what you want.
I saw a
That's
dude
worse.
today doing...
Because you can hurt yourself doing that. You can hurt your hand.
The video was inspired by Last of the Mohicans, and it was a guy from like 20 metres just lobbing tomahawks at like a block of wood on a chain. Like, serious...
Have you ever seen...
tactics.
Who's that guy that's the Secretary of Defence? Pete Escott. Have you seen it when he's doing it in the outside that studio and he throws it over the fence? So he's doing that, and he launches it and throws it too far. It's
Oh, and it's like he's throwing an axe at like a target,
Yeah.
and he just launches it outside of like the game.
So it's probably
into a-
someone just walking down the street and just gets an axe in their head from the future Secretary of Defence. It's absolutely insane. Right, we've got this quiz
There you
in.
go. Heaven says he popularised it based on research for the role, from what I heard. Mega.
Speaking of archery being able to hurt you, do you remember that time when you bruised the living shit out of your arm, Steve, with
Yes.
that bow and arrow in the office?
See, this
Steve
is
was
why I won't do
pointing a
it.
bow and arrow, classic, at me and is that Joe McGrath maybe?
I think baggers maybe.
Oh, baggers, yeah. And you,
Yeah, but I wasn't using a bow. An arrow.
No,
I
it
was
was a-
using a corner flag.
He's using a
I was
Yeah.
using a comedy object.
he
which
was
is
using
why
a corner flag, which did have that little metal
So
spike.
you
at
had
the
a
end
bow.
of it,
You had
by
a
the
bow
way.
and a corner flag.
You've got
Yeah.
a bow. Is the bow still here?
I don't know. I've not seen it in a while. Probably just been nicked and then in the hands of a nutter now.
We probably
so-
hid it from you.
Yeah.
Like
So you had
we
a
always
bow.
tend to hide weapons from you eventually.
The corner flag obviously is huge compared to the arrows,
Yeah.
and because it's like pretty legit, it snapped and twanged my forearm.
See, this
and
is why I don't
my
like it.
forearm went purple.
Yeah,
See,
it was,
no,
I was trying
I'm
to find
not
a picture
into
then, but
any
it
of
was
that.
a good bruise.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like one of them, you could see at the time he was like trying not to be hurt because he did it doing something stupid, but it would have fucking killed.
Like,
It must have hurt that.
all right.
Someone,
Yeah.
right,
I didn't know that.
Neeraj Namburide says Val Kilmer reloading the heat is still used for training cops,
Yeah.
right? It is. I read this somewhere. The training bit, you know, where the him and De Niro, where they're shooting the way out of the police cordon or whatever.
I believe it's Yeah, cops is what they're using it for.
To show you how to...
Yeah, because it's like realistic sort of firearm handling.
Also, Michael Mann, who made Heat, is like, he's proper into it all, innit?
What makes me laugh is,
He's
obviously,
not
I
like-
was with DJ and Jay a couple of weeks ago in London, and the both of them have basically come from the most elite special forces it's possible to be from, and they're both dealing with 15-year-old children commenting them on their like reloads and stuff like that, and they're so like to not reply.
Yeah.
What's really funny is one of the things that people constantly talk about when it comes to weapon handling and marksmanship and that sort of stuff is reloads. Reloads happen in cover. If you're shooting and you get the click, it's weird because you hear it but you don't hear it, and you kind of feel it in your shoulder. When the bolt stays to the back, you know you're out, and a quick look over, and you would get into cover. You wouldn't stand in the open like trying to like reload. You would just go into cover. If regular troops in CQB, when it's like this, this close, the stuff that the special forces types are doing, the absolute most dangerous thing you could possibly do on earth. Both of them have done it for real on operations, this sort of close level of engagements, and they both of those two said, we never once did a combat reload. Never once was you engaging that many targets where it was going off on an absolute madness that you're like, reload, it just didn't happen. You'd fire 2, 3, 4 rounds in one
How
room.
many have you got? 30?
30.
Yeah.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he goes, for the most part, they'd never even finish a mag. Not even get close to finishing a mag.
Have you ever done what they did on The Matrix, where you shoot all your bullets and throw your guns away and get more guns? I used to love
So
that.
when you pull a mag
No.
out,
Yeah, is that not a thing?
I do think they do that.
Yeah,
And the big,
I used to
and the
love that with
huge, endless sort of
Yeah.
corridor of guns just
shooting
slides
and then
past
throwing
them.
the guns and just getting more guns. That was
Yeah.
class.
No,
Sorry.
so what do you have to pull it out? Do you have to save it and like, we'll refill that in a bit, or do you drop it on the floor?
Americans throw it away.
Yeah.
British
Really?
would get fucking battered.
You've got
Really?
a small one of
So
those.
there's
Do you know what you have on the back of your sink, where it's like a green little mini wheelie bin?
Yeah.
You put your banana skins in.
Yeah.
It's like one of them, innit, essentially.
When you're doing
that
stuff
true?
on exercise in the UK, when you're actually firing loads and loads and loads of rounds, you have what's called a Brecon pocket, which is your smock would be unzipped and open, and you just fucking throw them down the front of your jacket. So
They're not
you
warm?
come to the end of it's Redders. You come to the end of the range, you would be jangling around like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Just like,
All by the end, because
as if it's not hard enough doing what you're doing. Why, you always throw something in you that I never think about. I think that just makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Like, now you've got to keep hold of this shit and carry it around with you.
There's a guy called Cole that I work with at GBRS, and he did a combat reload. He said most of the time you do a tactical reload, which is where you think, I fired a few, I'll just change my mag while it's quiet and nothing's going on. Cole I think he said he did a combat reload. He said, but he didn't need to, he just did one. Because he was just like, I'll do one while I've got the opportunity. But yeah, you're not going to be standing in front of targets. Because that's the thing that people comment on all the most. Like, you do a combat reload where you'd be like, shoot around, do a mag change, shoot another round. You do it in about 3 or 4 seconds, pretty quick.
Yeah.
And people are like, not very quick. Or you're commenting on whatever it is, and you're just like, it's not realistic. The only time you're ever doing this is in competitions. That's the only time.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
and
not.
that's usually like some 65-year-old bloke who's just been doing this for 50 years but never even been in the army probably, and it's just like they're just fucking insane. Them.
And you've seen some of the people that do that in America.
Yeah.
They are faster than your eyes.
It's absurd.
Nothing makes sense. They just go bang, bang, and you're like, what the?
Yeah,
he's
they'd
like
fight-
changed his mag, unzipped his pants, pissed, zipped it back up, put a new mag on, and shot again, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck
They
has he
fired
just
like,
done?
like 20 rounds in about a second and a half, or whatever.
And they're all through the same hole.
You've seen that?
They're incredible. People that do them competition shooting
Is
are
it-
phenomenal.
Is it like that bloke that threw 2 shoes at George Bush? Did you see that? That was mint, that wasn't it?
Yeah, because he took one off, then
Yeah,
reloaded.
and the fact he got 2, I thought was class. Like, he threw
How
one,
many-
and then he's like, he managed to get his second shoe off.
Yeah.
Like that, and then what made me laugh is, well, George W. Bush, who I can't stand, but give him his credit, he was...
He dodged him.
But like, he
Bush
dodged
dodged
one,
him.
and then he was like, yeah, what have you got for me?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, and what?
When
Quite
he
good,
realised
that.
it was a shoe and not a grenade, that must have been one of the most relieved.
I thought
anyone's
like
ever
his security detail did really well, though.
Yeah, just stopping nothing whatsoever.
He's only got 2 shoes. What's he going to do? Start throwing his gloves?
Yeah, he's not a
His
spider.
socks.
He's only got 2.
This is a question, which is, why I'm going to ask it. YouTube says, could Rambo 1 really happen? The sequels are absurd, but I always thought 1 could happen.
Nothing is over! What?
I think it could. First Blood.
You're the expert.
Rambo 1. When he's in the woods, innit? And Brian Dennehy's the sheriff being horrible.
It could
to him.
happen.
Someone could do that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying, could Walking Tall happen? Like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Coach Zach, USMC vet, who's been a member of the first team for 54 months, says, what do you do when there's no football? There's always football. You just have to find it. Shitty leagues playing all over the world. Still MLS, Liga, MX.
Club World Cup. I feel like people have stopped pretending to care about the Club World Cup. The first couple of rounds of games, people were like, oh, yeah, look at
Do you know
this.
what's
Chelsea
annoying?
playing. I haven't even seen anyone talk about the results.
You know what's
in
going to
3 or 4
fucking wind
days.
me up? Right. City are going to win it.
Yeah.
And make it into a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And act like everyone cares. And the mint, because they've won this competition, no one even gives a shit about. And I'm just going to have to listen to that for the next 10 years.
They've looked quite good, to be fair, City.
Yeah, I've not even watching. I've just seen stuff on Twitter. It's like, oh, we're so bad. Haaland scoring again. Oh, fuck off. Christodoulou says, evening, gents. I had another idea for a video. United's most underrated players ranked. Take care. Can we not have on this list, though? There's 2 players
There's
that
your
are banned.
classics, Fletcher and Carrick.
Yeah, or Park.
And Park, yeah.
Yeah, and I might even throw in Andy Cole because everyone's finally got around to the fact that Andy Cole is
they're
mint.
your classics,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But you need context for all of this sort of stuff because you can't just say who's the most underrated. Well, I first need to know where you rate them, and then I can tell you
Yeah.
if you're over or under.
Is there a player, then, let me rephrase it, is there a player you don't personally think, Manchester United player, gets enough credit that should do? In your experience.
masses.
Steve
Because
Bruce?
that's a
Ronnie
fucking
Johnson.
great shout.
And genuinely, David Beckham.
Yeah, because it's context, isn't it? That's why the
the
thing with Andy
context?
Cole is
Roy Keane.
people say, Andy Cole gets his flowers. He doesn't get the flowers he deserves.
It's like to the point where everyone understands Dennis Irwin was underrated when
Yeah.
he played. To the point where now, like it's spoken about all the time about how underrated.
That's
he was
like
when
with
he was
Park. Park's
Yeah.
the same now. Like everyone knows that Park was mint, and everyone acknowledges it.
Carrick.
And Carrick, yeah, everyone, because Carrick was a massive one, wasn't he? Especially with England, because they're all fucking idiots.
I think
Go on, sorry, I don't even get your answer.
I think Vidic is a little bit underrated. I think people have decided he was just a sort of like thug.
I think
Like,
every
the
Manchester
nasty
United player was
guy.
underrated.
But actually,
Yeah, I
he was
agree with that.
fantastic.
Like if you literally go through what the popular opinions of Manchester United players is, they're all underrated.
Yeah.
Fergie was a man. Fergie's underrated.
Yeah,
He was just a shouter. Just shouted at him. But
Yeah.
then all of his players were shit. Like Gary Neville was shit.
He's underrated.
Gary Neville's underrated.
Massively underrated, actually.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
From
Right.
Gary Neville, probably.
Well, he downplays his side, but it was from his sidekick, Mickey Richards, when he said I was better than Gary Neville.
No.
What the fuck are you on
We
about?
were playing at the same time when he was about 36 and he still got picked.
Yeah, like just shut up.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, fucking Roy Keane made me laugh when he put him in his place. Right. United fans who've headlined Glastonbury. We've got a list here for you. Little list. Can you guess any of them?
Well, we got a couple before, didn't we?
Go on, who did you get before?
Mick Hucknall's
Mick
got to be on
Hucknall.
there.
No.
Is he not? Is he never
I
had
don't think. Simply Red headlining
Right,
Glastonbury.
what
Get-
about... How long's
Well,
Glastonbury
he
done?
fucking hasn't.
Yeah,
How
well,
long's
don't say
Glastonbury
like
been
it's
going?
Mad.
About 3 years, I think. Maybe a bit longer.
I need,
How
I'm
long
going
has
to
it been
need
going?
some.
Do we know?
I'm going to need an actual answer.
Yeah.
Because
Is
it's
it
like
like
David Bowie, a
90s?
United fan or something.
When?
Yeah.
Because
No.
he's probably headlined it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he must have done. First Glastonbury.
Glastonbury, Wednesday the 26th of June 2024. No, that's not.
That was last year.
1970.
You just
So
Google when did
1970.
Glastonbury start.
What about
It's literally
something
on
like-
now? Started
What they
fucking
call
2 days ago.
10cc, aren't they, United fans?
1970.
That's a shout. I don't know if that's an answer. No.
On that note, then, what's his name?
Nope.
Cliff Richards?
No.
Mixed doubles?
Imagine him at
He's a United
Glastonbury
fan, isn't he?
smashing it up.
Oh, for God's sake! From Thin Lizzy.
Oh, Phil Lynott.
Phil Lynott.
No, I'm not. No.
Is he a United
Right.
fan?
He is a United
yeah.
fan. He's mates with George
But
Best.
Your
Phil
list
Lynott
here.
never-
Your
yeah.
list here. Is there anyone? What's the earliest that they're an artist on there?
Yeah.
I mean,
The
like,
earliest, genuinely, is the 80s.
right.
Okay. Bonos.
Bonos.
Off of YouTube. Sorry.
No,
Bonos.
it's gonna be weird.
Bonos.
It's not
That's
gonna
like
be Collins.
Bellum.
It's not going to be
Phil
the Mon-
Collins in a United
It's not the
fan. And
Mondays.
also, Phil Collins
It's
headlining
not the
Glastonbury.
Mondays, is it?
Phil Collins is like the
Yes.
12th.
Mondays are on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mondays are on there. You've got on there with Mondays.
Right.
Shaun
Are the
Ryder.
Roses on there?
Nope.
They're not on there. How
And
the
I
hell
don't want
did
arguing with
Mondays
this list,
get
right? This list is official. It's true.
It's official because it's in Slack, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
All right then.
So don't delete that, yeah? There's there's one.
Luke Littler.
You've hit the post.
Are Oasis on the list?
No. They should be.
Ed Sheeran.
No, he's an Ipswich fan,
Ipswich,
isn't he?
quite
You might have
famous.
noticed.
Is he headlined
He took the
Glastonbury?
piss out of Ruben Amorim by
Surely
stopping his first ever post-match interview
Oh, then.
to speak to Ed fucking Sheeran.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah. She's on it twice, bizarrely.
Are they all men?
Kylie.
Are they all men?
Yeah.
Some of them,
it's
Happy
a
Mondays have
valid
Rowetta.
Question. Yeah, but are they?
Yeah, they
acts
are all.
So
They-
yes, clearly they
I think they are all
If he's
men.
caveating it by going, well, Happy Monday's got Rowetta.
Yeah,
it's all
I
men,
think they
yes.
are all men.
Right, all right.
Yeah.
How can we have the split of solo and group?
New Order.
That's good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Good lad.
Are
Proud
they
of
all
you.
mank? No, they
No,
can't.
because you got like Crew and that in there, I think.
Yeah. Right. So
There's a lot of
there's
Northwich
1,
going on
2,
in there.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Like
7,
Sam
8,
Match
9.
Services.
There's 9
The
artists.
9 artists.
He's done it. Well, he's not done it completely. There's still more, but the Smiths is one.
Yeah.
Because we know Johnny Marr's a blue, but the rest aren't.
Yeah.
So how many we got here then? Who have we crossed off?
So you've done the Smiths, you've
Mondays.
done the Mondays, and you've done New Order.
Oh, Stormzy we had before.
Storms you had before.
Yeah, well done to Ross Murphy.
Right. How many are in the 80s, 90s, and how many are like...
Right,
they're
so-
still-
Calvin Harris.
One I would associate with the late 90s onwards. Another one I would
Them
associate...
people.
Dizzy Rascals.
Another one I would associate with the 2020s. Another one I would associate with the 90s onwards, including now. Still going quite strong.
That's Stormzy, sure.
Harold
No.
Styles.
No.
Oh, yeah, like them lot.
Yeah,
No.
One Directions.
No. Another I would associate with the 90s onwards. I don't think they're still going, but they were big in the
Charlotte.
90s.
Cause.
Nope. And another one I would associate with the 90s, and at one point were huge in the 90s, especially in
Blur.
the UK. You're not a million miles away, but no.
Oh,
I think they were better
Oh,
than
no,
Blur.
these won't be
personally.
United fans.
I'll die on that hill. No.
Ocean Colour
Common
Sea?
People.
You're
who's
eating the
that?
post.
Who's
That's
saying-
Pulp.
Pulp?
Pulp's,
No,
no.
they're
Jarvis
Sheffield, aren't
Cocker
they?
probably didn't care about United.
Shepherds. The Fall.
No, he's a big City fan, Marquis Smith.
Cast are all Scouts. It's not Cast.
Nope.
The Verve.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
that's
Verve,
one.
yeah. Richard
that's
Ashcroft,
one.
he's a red.
There's another one you're not getting that I think you'll kick. There's two that you'll probably kick yourself
Just seen
with.
one on here that
Try
might
not
be
to
good.
look at the
Yeah.
screen.
I'm going to say it because I've seen it. Gorillas.
No.
Okay.
Gorillas was
It's just
Damon
Damon
Albarn,
Albarn.
wasn't it?
I'm sure he's Chelsea.
Yeah, he's I think
He looks like proper
he
Chelsea.
does. He looks like the sort of Chelsea fan that started supporting him in 2005.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they've won some things. Don't look.
Julia Roberts.
Someone's got one there that I wouldn't have got. That's a very good one. Julia Roberts.
Massive United fan, her.
Yeah.
She was at Main Road in 85.
She was. There's right one.
Let's start giving us clues.
One are
Entertainment.
one are probably one of the best British bands around. Like,
Around.
yeah, they're still going now. And if
Rolling
you
Stones.
no, you're not a million miles.
Status
Well,
quo.
more recent than that. Like they've been going since the 90s and the noughties, and they've had some unreal albums, especially. Like they're just I didn't
Still
even.
knocking about?
Yeah, they're not from
I have
Manchester.
No idea.
Right.
No, we'll get this. We'll get this one.
Someone keeps getting him. I don't know if he's getting the answers somewhere. Right. Another one who I'm trying to think. One of them again, big 90s band. You'll know like the
British.
Yeah, British. I don't know where they're from, but they had someone. I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
They had someone from the Stone Roses who joined them.
Seahorses.
Good guess. No. There's another one.
I don't know where he went after that.
No, not John Squire and not Ian Brown. There's a massive clue for you.
Manny.
Yeah. Where
Oh, Black Grape.
No.
Go on.
All right. You're not going to get that one then. So there's another one, right?
Who is
that's
that
got-
one?
Primal Scream.
Oh yeah, I never would have got that.
Um,
would've got that.
you-
Why have they headlined Glastonbury? Christ.
no, but they had some big hits, didn't they, back in
So
the day?
there's one that's even bigger than them. You said.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
I think it's arguably the biggest British band
Take
around.
that.
No, close, but no,
They're
they are.
big.
No, I know they are, but there's one that I think
Westlife.
it's probably the biggest.
One, they're
British-
Irish, and half our
Yeah.
audience is
They're
just
not from
absolutely in a
Manchester,
review calling them
and
British.
They've got more
I think they're
UK
from.
number ones.
I think they're from somewhere like Oxford or somewhere. So I don't even know why they're on this list.
Oh, Liam and Olga. No.
Razorlight.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it. No.
Ramones.
Oh, no.
Ripe Old Things.
Close.
The Ridley Scott affair.
Oh, you're hitting the post. Everyone's getting it now because you've almost got it. It's
Second letter.
A.
Right.
It's because their guitarist apparently is a big red. Because I wouldn't have got it.
Radiohead.
Yes, thank you. There's one who I don't know what they're doing on this list. I don't even know what they do. I think one of them's got a beard, but they seem very woke and hipster.
The Hairy
Four
Bikers.
non-dwarfs.
What?
4 non-dwarfs.
No. I don't know it.
Mumford and Sons.
Yes.
What?
Thank you. I'm doing well here. And finally, Elbow.
Yeah, Mumford and
Surely
Sons
Elbow.
was one. Elbow not on the list.
They might-
The
they might-
banjo. Apparently, this shows you how fucking hipster they are. The banjo player in Mumford and Sons is a big red. I thought I'd seen him in the TRA. Yeah. So
on then.
I think we had
What
them
have
all
we
there.
missed? What have we missed?
Oh, there's one more you didn't get. You might get it.
Spice Girls.
No, they're from the 90s. I wouldn't have known they were. They're not Mank, I
See,
don't think.
you saying they're from the 90s means.
No,
fuck
sorry,
all
bro,
at the
sorry.
moment, doesn't it?
Is it a band?
Yeah.
It's Glastonbury.
It's a band.
No, it's a fucking
But
wood chipper.
you'd associate it more with turntables and decks than you would playing an
Basement
instrument.
Jacks.
You're not. You've hit the post. It's that kind of thing. It's the two of them.
Chemical Brothers.
Nailed it. So yeah,
Are they Reds?
presumably according to
I like
this.
Chemical Brothers.
Yeah, I do. I used to
There we go.
really
Love
like
that.
him. Yeah, it was. You think between you got them all. So it's Stormzy, The Smiths, Chemical Brothers, Mumford and Sons, Radiohead, Happy Mondays, Primal Scream, The Verve, and New Order. Shirley Bassey.
So I guess Shirley Bassey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Santa and Dave is he
Has
an
he
fan?
headlined-
That's a good point.
has he
Has he headlined
headlined
No,
Glastonbury?
I don't think he's headlined.
He's
it.
been on there though, hasn't he?
No,
Yeah. I quite enjoyed that. That was really
Isn't
good.
Glastonbury like 300 quid a ticket? Or something?
Yeah,
It's
but this is
proper like since you stopped having Scousers there with holes, it's dead. Do you know what I mean?
You what?
Like Glastonbury, anyone used to be able to go, didn't they? There'd always be like a
Oh,
Scouser or somebody
holes
dug
in
a
the
hole
fence.
and you could just get him for now or 20 quid obviously. Whereas now it's like you have to put your name down like 10 years in advance and it's like 500 quid.
Yeah. Some of
Oh,
these
sorry,
fans are fantastic.
Sammy One Ball.
Tom Jones.
Someone said Shirley Bassey, and then someone said I love Shirley, but she doesn't have the range.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
says, but she's a Swansea fan.
Here's one for you.
Go on, then.
Sammy One Ball says, all right, do you remember getting a preview video prediction from David Earl, the grim guy
Yes.
from Afterlife and Derek? Chatter Biscuits are searching for it.
Yes, we've got it. I've got that video. I'm a big fan of his.
Well, talk about random.
You know him though, don't you?
No.
Do you know you've seen like either Afterlife or Derek, the Ricky Gervais shows?
Yes.
Do you know the guy? The sort of he plays like that kind of.
Oh, Ricky
creepy-
Gervais.
No, not him. Basically, the second character in it though, the one who's
No.
like. I don't.
Maybe I
know.
do when I see a photo.
I'll show you a picture. You definitely know who he is. But he watches occasionally. There you go, him. Lot.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and he watches occasionally. He does a podcast with Joe Wilkinson off of.
Tell
Stand up.
Stephen what you showed me the other day.
And,
Well, hang on.
And
It's a family show.
So I was listening.
Well,
to
you
that
know about
show.
that. That's not, I'm not telling him to tell you that. You already know that
I
every
was
day.
listening to their show,
Go on.
and on it, he talked about listening to our show. I screen recorded it, and I absolutely loved it. I don't know what show it's on that he sent that in. It was only like a 1 second thing. He just said the score prediction, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to get him on it.
I like
If
things
he's
like
up for
that.
it.
Yeah, message him.
Yeah,
Get him
but
on.
I don't want to reply to his email.
I don't think we understand the broad randomness of who watches us.
Yeah.
Like one of the weirdest one was Bobby Lee at the Comedy Store in LA. Walks past me, he's like, "Oh, you're the podcast guy."
Yeah.
That was
That's weird.
absolutely surreal.
Do you remember
That is
Thingy on
mad,
when he went on Ben Foster? What's his name? Robbie Williams.
Yeah, he said
Ben
about
Foster was
watching
like, who'd you like? What? Who'd you like? What's your
I
Stretford
don't
Paddock?
get that at all because he's not a United fan in the slightest.
He
So
is
you're
though.
like,
I
He's
think
not a Port Vale fan, is
I
he?
think there was a
I reckon he's a United.
I think he
Yeah, he should be a
kid
Port
of the
Vale fan.
late 80s 90s.
Yeah.
grew
Port
up around
Vale.
Manchester.
He
Yeah.
should be a
I
Port
don't
Vale
think
fan, so
he
he says he
gave a
is.
toss
But
about
really,
it.
is a United fan, would be my guess. But yeah, there must be, because you think of how many unique people watch us. It is like 1 million plus per month or whatever. Like, just different, unique viewers. Like, there's some of them have got to be famous. Or, you know.
That Bobby Lee
That's
one's
mad,
me
isn't
though.
it?
Especially
Honestly,
to
Bobby
have
Lee
him
was
there in front of you
mental.
and him to go, oh.
Like, so he's like, I'm with Ian Edwards, and which is mad because like Ian Edwards like tours with fucking Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan.
I loved it when we was in that. Where was we in San Diego? And you had to point out someone from United. Like, that's Ian Edwards. He's got his Netflix special. They're like, all right.
Oh, he was in the queue. Yeah, he was in the queue, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So he was in the queue for something.
Yeah,
and I was
you're
like,
like,
you might want to go pull him out of the queue.
Yeah, get him, like, help him out, man. You know what I mean? He's kind of a big deal. But he was proper sound because it was a shame when he took us to the comedy. It was a Comedy Store he took us to.
Yes.
Yeah. And he got us a table, bought us drinks, and he was just like top guy. But I was suffering, man. I was nodding off.
You were knackered, weren't you?
And I was praying
I think he's going out to the games
sort of
this
fall
year.
asleep.
I'll link
Yeah,
with
we
him.
need to reach out to him. We need to sort him out as well. We can get him some tickets or whatever, because he proper looks after us. I never like to normalise it. It's always good when you hear that people are listening to our stuff, especially people you respect. Do you know what I mean?
What, you saying you don't respect everyone in the comments now?
What?
Absolute stitch-up job, that, innit?
I do. I love everyone in the
I
comments.
think it's mad that United watch us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
they
not
do.
normalise that.
No, that may have cost us certain things in the past, though.
Fuck 'em. Still waiting for Ashley Young to come on.
Yeah, what happened with that? For when are you going to go on Real's channel with you there?
Yeah, it's not me delaying it.
Would you say he's United's greatest captain of the last decade?
No one.
Who is then?
Well, obviously not Ashley Young.
Of the last 6 years?
Bruno Fernandes.
Who's actually lifted the most in the last decade? Which of our captains? There's a good. Go on, lads, figure that out. Which captains actually lifted?
It's either
the
Rooney
most
or
for
Bruno,
us?
isn't it?
Yeah, it'd probably be Rooney.
Bruno's lifted 2. Who was
is
the
it
captain in 16, 17? That's 3 trophies,
Yeah,
isn't
that'd
it?
be Rooney.
Was it not Rooney?
Ah,
was
well,
it-
Rooney have probably got 3 then, hasn't he? God, it's such a...
Because Carrick was like vice-captain, wasn't he? I think it was Rooney. And then Bruno's had 2. Because Maguire did lift.
James Parker says, Steve, can you explain succinctly what Ashley Young did to you? Because I think that's a fair question. Because I know you didn't rate him,
Nothing.
but he wasn't like, to most of us, he wasn't that egregious. He was just like a player that was okay.
What did Ashley Young do to me?
But you seem to be, it seems to really annoy
Literally
you.
nothing.
'Cause you-
What it did was, so I would review a game,
Right.
and I'd be like, Ashley Young was shit,
Yeah.
and then carry on with my day. And
Right.
I'd be like, no, he weren't. He was world class.
World class, right, okay.
I had that a lot.
Right, and that made you decide.
So then what happens is you would then have to double down on your point that he was shit with data and facts, and that happened a lot.
So it got to the point where every time he had a game, you had to go twice as negative. And that's sort of an exponential growth.
Whereas I'm like kind of like straight down the middle. I think at least some people will disagree. That's life.
That's
I thought I was
life.
pretty straight down the middle with him, and it was quite obvious to me that he was shit for the most part. And I've never been impressed with 0 out of 11 crosses. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, and when
Yeah,
people
right.
will be like, "His crossing's brilliant," and I'll be like, "No, it ain't."
He just does loads.
Yeah, and I also didn't like that he crossed right-footed from the left-hand side. I also didn't like that he would dummy and step and fuck about and then eventually bang in across no look to no one at the back post. And then weirdly, it was like mad effective for about 4 occasions when Fellaini turned up, because Fellaini had just made runs towards the back post knowing that this fucking idiot's going to try and bosh one to the back
This
post.
fucking idiot is going to try and bosh
After
one
4
to the back.
step overs
This
and
fucking
3
idiot
attempts at going
is going to
front.
cross the ball for me to
Meanwhile, all the
score.
centre forwards
What
in
a
the middle
loser.
have made a run, stopped, shrugged their shoulders, puffed and puffed, run back out again, made another run. He's still fucking about trying to do step overs that he can't fucking do on the left hand side, and then he'll bash one in, and then before you know it, Fellaini's like just arrived at the back post and it worked. And then don't get me started on his Cruyff turn.
Oh God, you do an hour-long special on that?
No, it was funny though.
What was it?
I slowed it down, zoomed in, and put clown music to it, and then uploaded it as an hour of Ashley Young doing a Cruyff turn and the new camp with
That's
clown music.
kind of what I meant with an
Didn't he
absolute
see
with an
that?
hour-long special. Of course he fucking did.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think that someone didn't send him that?
I reckon he still
Honestly.
gets sent that in group chats when he says something.
That's why I was absolutely gagging to
Because if
see.
you knew someone that
Yeah.
had that, and someone in any time he said something, you'd be like, "Shut up."
You know, right? You can tell. Certain situations, you can tell when a player sees, mainly him and McKola, certain players from that era,
Yeah.
they know. Because it'll be like, everyone else will be like, "Aye," and then you'll get the odd one or two, will be like,
Or even Harry Maguire, like right now. Like obviously, I've hammered Harry a few times, and even when we see him in person on tour, there'll be players that'll come and cuddle us, and then they'll very often, weirdly, be with Harry Maguire, and then Harry will be like,
I get paranoid. I've not even been that bad.
What do you think of Harry Maguire now?
I've got no opinion.
No opinion.
What? I
No
don't think I've ever heard
no
you
strong
say that
opinion.
before in my life.
No strong opinion.
That's a move in the positive direction now.
Yeah, I don't.
used to have an
Yeah, no, if you haven't got an
Yeah,
opinion on
that's the
him,
nicest
someone's doing
compliment.
really well actually. If you've not got an opinion on him, I think it's like, you know, when you've got like a DM who just does his job, and you go, actually, he's fucking hell.
Yeah.
Something like. I
Don't
think
get carried
that's
away. I don't have an opinion. I mean, I like him.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's quite funny watching his reaction when we meet. Because here's the thing, right? I am not two-faced. and I will not pretend to like you.
No, and to be fair, you kind of worse for the players you know in a way.
You are.
Like you have a bit of a laugh with the players that you know, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Like criticising them and stuff like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But to the face.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they can definitely hear.
Like, you know, you have like a pre-season mix zone. It's usually quite light-hearted and quite. Oh, what's it like being here in San Diego? And Steve's like,
that was shit today,
yeah.
wasn't it?
What the fuck were you doing for that first goal?
Well,
and I'm like, and he was like, oh, I know, yeah.
you made me look a twat for ever thinking you were any good. That's not a question.
All the journals trying to get on it, like, should we write this down?
You're allowed to say that.
Are we allowed? Okay.
But I'm a better personality who's in that mix zone.
Right, I love that. Mixed zones reviewing it actually alright because it's crap waiting around, isn't it? Just got to wait, and then they'll come out and they'll go, "Don't ask him about the one thing
who was
that
it they
you are
brought out
asking
to us?
about."
Is it Varela or Palestri? They tried to bring Palestri out to us and they went, "Don't ask him about going on loan. Don't ask him about thinking." We went, "What the fuck are we going to ask him about?
Football.
Don't bother."
We said, "Don't ask him about going on loan. Don't ask him about his future at United." And like, what did you make of the? Forward,
Did you watch the Hollyoaks omnibus, lads? Like,
yeah. What are you meant to say to him?
Yeah.
Don't talk about Man United or non-United.
It is a shame. Santa Notch says, "I still categorise Young as the worst throw-in taker I've ever seen in a United shirt."
Interesting.
One of my favourite throw-ins in a United shirt was by Anderson, where he threw it like a basketball free shot. And it was on the few times I've seen someone give a foul throw.
What?
He just sort of
don't get given, did he? There's so many foul throws in the Prem.
He just went, he got it, and he was in a bit of a rush, and he just went, like it was allowed, like with his chest out. And the ref went, fuck off, come on. I can't let you have that.
Stop.
Like,
because they never give foul throws in the Premier League. But it was
like,
so bad that it was just...
It's just
referee went
brilliant.
like that.
Yeah, it was like he couldn't ignore it. Also, what made it even better was he was stood about 3 yards on the pitch while he did it. It was like double.
That's the thing that annoys me.
Yeah.
Is that there's so many Premier League footballers that are on the pitch. Like you've got to be behind the line.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Toes the line.
I think we're going to wrap it up there. Before we do, you've got an announcement, public service announcement. Trials, whatever it was, you were doing something going on with Paddock FC?
That was last week.
So what was I retweeting then before? Or what were you retweeting?
I'm trying to get some friendlies booked.
Oh, right, sorry. I thought it was something. Ignore me then.
Shit me up then.
Sorry.
Got an announcement.
I should read what it is you tell me to retweet or ask me to
pregnant.
retweet. What are you up to,
What?
darling?
This weekend, Lizzie's got a skydive tomorrow.
Oh, right.
So I'll be cheering that on from the floor. 15,000 feet. You've done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is it scary as shit before you jump?
Yeah, it's you're playing over what can happen in your head with it a bit like. I'm assuming she's tandem.
What?
There'd be a fella, baby
I think she's been to the sunbed.
She's
if
what?
That's what you're suggesting.
She's tandem.
She's tandem.
She's tandem and not
right
your...
up. Yes, someone's with her. Yeah. I don't know.
We won't have a word about
Yeah,
that.
there'd be a fella, baby, beyond her.
I don't fucking think so.
You fucking
not on your watch. You tell him to fuck off, you'll do it with her.
Yeah.
Both dying.
Which was the parachute? I fucking start pulling
Arguing
shit.
as you plummet to your death.
Fuck it,
For fuck's sake, you should have just let a guy do it with me.
I wanted to get my A licence in skydiving.
Oh, here we go.
If it's you, I am going to lose my shit. If Lizzie jumps out of that plane and that's Ste Howson on her back, I would...
And if Steve's got that look in your eye and he's like,
honestly,
let's have some fun here, this will be funny. It'd be funny if we see if Lizzie can break my fall.
I wanted to get my A licence because it's not cheap, but it's doable to get enough jumps in to get your licence.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll get my licence in. But then as you like researching it, Joe, to stay current, you have to jump. And I think once you got like beyond 1,000 jumps, which is so much money, it's probably like 30 grand minimum to get your 1,000 jumps in. Once you've got like your 1,000 jumps in, then you can stretch your currencies out because you've obviously got the experience behind you to be able to. But when you first get your A licence, you got to jump every 30 days. Otherwise, that's you.
What, you get to take it off you?
You got to requalify. So you're like, wait a minute, I can't do that.
no.
I can scab off a couple of weeks, go get my licence, and I thought probably every year. Like, got to do 10 jumps a year, something like that. So you go and book them, don't you? Like, if we go to America, I'll do San Diego and just go and do 10 jumps in a day. You do 10 jumps in a morning, not a problem. I thought I'll do that, but no, not when it's every 30 days.
Could you do it?
Don't know if I could do it.
I couldn't, I'm a shitbag, mate.
Although I've always done stuff that I didn't want to do. So I do try and do it anyway, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like going like cable cars really high up that I didn't want to get on, or like doing an abseil and that.
Have you ever? You've never done anything like that, no?
I've done an abseil, which
Down
isn't
the trough
anything
on it.
like that, but
No,
it's,
that's absolutely nothing.
but
like
it's
that. It's like I
being
drove a truck. Right.
Yeah, but being stood too high and being scared, but still doing it. I've done that.
You're literally roped onto the rock.
Yeah.
It's scary though,
But
isn't it?
other
I
than
get
doing
it.
a skydive, what would you consider to be like that? You roped
I don't
in
You're
bungee
just
jump or
Mr.
something.
You don't
I mean,
give a
to be
shit.
fair, I don't care about bungee jumps. I
Yeah.
really don't give a fuck about bungee jumps.
So no, to answer your question, but I have been scared of heights and then descended to the
Would
ground.
That's what I mean.
So
I
would
think
you
you gotta
do
give him some
um,
credit?
Would you do a skydive?
I don't think so, but if I had to, I would. If you know what I mean.
What, like the plane you're in's
Yeah,
disintegrate?
Yeah.
like the,
Well,
yeah.
obviously.
If that's your options,
I don't
do a
wanna go all
skydive
the way
or
to do
just
it.
definitely
Just plummet
die.
to earth and die.
Like the plane's
Actually,
on fire, you
quite
may
like
as well
that.
see
As in-
part of it.
I don't know if I would. I'm not going to go out my way to do one. But let's say it was for like a really good charity, or I made a bet or something, I probably would.
Do you know what it feels like? Do you know when you go over a hill in a car dead
Yeah.
fast and it goes "Rrr," in your belly? It does that and then don't come down again.
Really?
Yeah. Which
not
is
into it,
it's a weird sensation.
Might not do one.
And then it's just when the ground rushes up to you for that. So it's so calm, and then the last 10 feet.
Are you scared?
Fucking
Are you scared
motor.
when she's done it? She's going to be on your case, so you do it.
Yeah.
She
Don't
might be
know.
like, well, I did one for charity and that. You've got to step up, little Mr. Abseiling. That's not enough, is it?
Abseil dweeb.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, good luck. Can people still donate? Is there a link?
Yeah, that you can. Yeah, I'll give you the link now.
Give me the link. We'll
Twizzles
stick
it.
We'll put it in the
Put it in your
chat.
Twizzles.
She's raised a good bit of money actually. Someone who was
Me and
watching
Steve
did-
put £3 in between us.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know how to
that's
find the
deductible.
link.
Not a problem.
No idea how to find
All
the
right.
link.
Well, we'll try and find
Yeah,
it.
Thank you.
Twitter it. You can tell him
Twitter.
go
Joe's
to
going to
Twitter.
actually take a rare visit to social media and post it on his socials.
I can't guess the link. Let's be honest, that's not going to fucking happen.
www.justgivein.com.
Yeah.
Parachute jump, yeah, for charity. Just
Parachute
Google that;
pay.
it'll come up
Post
straight away. Yeah. Right.
What
so
are you doing this weekend?
me,
Yeah.
it's my lads. It's not. I thought it was tonight. It's tomorrow night. He's got his presentation at Winton Wanderers.
Oh, lovely.
Should we do it next time we go to San Diego?
What?
Go and do a free fall?
A free fall? That sounds fucking horrendous. What? No. You can do it and I'll watch. I'll film from the ground.
Shitbag.
I am a shitbag, Steve, and I wear that as a fucking point of pride. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to admit it.
So what?
I don't want
We're
to
not going to
jump
go
out
to a
of the plane.
range. We're not going to jump out of planes.
You can
Why don't we
do
just
all
fucking
these-
stay in our hotel
Right.
rooms and rip the head off it, shall we? Fucking hell, Jay.
That's one thing we will be doing. But
Aren't we sharing a room?
obviously,
Don't worry about it. Just don't make eye contact.
you've not been checking the group chat.
I've sent you that link.
Right. Oh, I've got the link here. Yeah, but you can do all these things, Mr. Howson, and you no doubt
Live a little.
I don't want to live
So
a
what
little.
are you going to do then? Have you ever jumped out of a plane and shot a gun while you were falling?
No.
Yeah, can we
Has
do
anyone
that?
ever done that?
There's a link in the chat
Nailed
to
it.
Lizzie's
What if you were going
thing.
after Godzilla's?
Yeah, good point.
You could do that Matrix thing where you shoot the gun out of the plane and then throw it away.
Stop saying that.
That's
Before when
sick, that.
Steve was talking, you just went, that's
Yeah, there
like, it was like we were around at a
Do for
care
content,
home
Jay.
for like an old sort of like club singer who's got dementia, and anytime he hears the start of any song he ever sang, he just starts singing it,
That's live.
just like out of nowhere for no reason. You just said it. That was great.
Right.
Oh, I need to ask you a favour.
We still never got all of the things that we have to do in Atlanta and Chicago or anything.
Look at you trying to make some sort of coherent topic on the brew. Get a grip.
Yeah,
Chris Barnes says Howson makes me feel safe. Very good.
you're not sat around the same table as him.
No, you can do right. I'm put it out there. I am not doing any of these things because I don't want. You'll get annoyed if I say I will. Then I have to do it. When I don't, you'll get annoyed. I'm not doing it. You guys can go and jump out of fucking planes and all that. I'm just going to sit and watch.
Joe, all I wanted to do, because like, obviously I wasn't Special Forces, but one of the things that I really, really wanted to do was the night vision shot of you stepping off free fall from a tail ramp at the end. Because I never did any free fall stuff. I just did static shit. But what a fucking cool shot that is. Night vision, stepping off a ramp, free fall. It is for me, it's the ultimate fucking cool photo.
That'd be mint for you. It would be not
Do
for
they
me.
have the
'cause I'd be
flares as well when they're falling?
hysterical
or is that just
sobbing.
for films?
Tends to give you away that a little bit, doesn't it? The whole idea of parachuting is to be a little bit on the discreet sort of side. Particularly if you're doing a free fall shoot at night, there's probably four
Fucking
or
do
eight
it.
of
Not
you.
to bring him up again or her, You've not seen Godzilla then? And
What happens in
It's
Godzilla?
not necessarily a documentary as such.
What?
Well, they come out of the plane, they're holding the thing, and then you just see a shot of them going through the clouds. There's just loads of red streaks coming through the clouds as they're all free falling.
What, onto Godzilla?
Near Godzilla, yeah.
But that's not real. Like, discretion is the better part of valor. So you don't have lights when you're jumping out of a plane.
Is that what they do?
On Godzilla's. Yeah, they do.
Godzilla's, yeah.
Yeah, they do, yeah. It's a very cool looking scene.
Unlike The Matrix, that ain't real.
Presumably, they don't actually do that.
Matt G says, Steve, where did you get the shirt? Retro banger.
Pretty sure it's just Adidas, that website. Like, nothing spectacular about
Isn't Retro Bank...
Go on.
Retro
If this is what I think it's going to
it.
be.
You've got that DVD, haven't you?
Yeah, retrobangers.com is your website as well, and you sell the DVD. We've got 1, 2 and 3.
Retro Bangers is literally the first thing that comes up on my phone when you just put an R in the search.
Wow, James has not seen it for a bit.
Got that little frequently visited like arrow in a circle thing.
like one of the kids, he's like, get off that, what are you doing?
What do you mean? It's about classic cars.
I'll Google it.
Put it on like incognito again.
Yeah. Pokemon, fuck that.
Yeah.
Theo, good luck.
On that bombshell,
Oh yeah, sorry.
this has been the Brew. There's a link in the chat to Lizzie Skydive raising good money
Yeah, thank
for
you.
charity. What charity is it?
It's a charity for people who've been in care.
Oh, that is a
very
good one.
good
So
cause.
go and check that out. Go and check out his channel. No doubt you're doing scout report and something like you always do. And check out Stretford Paddock FC. Go and check out Sloppy Joe's. That's been Ste Howson. That's been Joe Smith. I'm Jay Moyer. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.